All right, we're back at this project, and we're gonna see if we can't make this little feller come to life a little bit today. We're gonna have to work as best we can, as there appears to be violent storms coming that are going to rip apart the landscape. So we might have to retreat before too long, but we're gonna try to get something done right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man. This is the little 1250 Fiat, 1250 Oliver, same as a 415 Fiat, and we're gonna try to make her go. It is a very much ball of sadness, I say, as I end up dumping sheet metal behind me, but somebody has really had their way with this poor little girl. And we got to make her more better, because this ain't working out, friends. It's just not. We got a hack job of wiring. We got stuff not where it should be. We've got busted out gauges. But we need to hear it run before we, so we can prioritize our path here. So the first thing we're going to do is a massive wiring delete on some of this stuff. I had a viewer send me some nice Fiat color-coded wiring, which eventually we will get to, but for now, we are not gonna do that thing because we have too much sadness here, and we're gonna have to just eliminate that. So my first plan is, I'm just gonna go ahead and delete on this here, behind the butt connector, 2 wires. And this is a mess of sadness here. I don't know what we've done, but we're not going to know either, because we're doing away with this coil. And I think what we're going to do is just disconnect it here, because we're going to change that wire out too. It looks like garbage. Let's make it more better. Also, normally, I believe that the coil was originally mounted up higher than this, as in, if I could get it out of there, which I guess I can't. There we go. I'm pretty sure it was mounted up here. There is a bolt twisted off there, so we may, at some point we will put it back the way it's supposed to be, but for now we are going to just, I guess, hang on with this as best we can. There's another wire of sadness there. Interesting. I managed, well, I'm not going to say it that way because it's not a positive thing, but they didn't have the coil I wanted, which is an IC14. So I had to settle for an IC14 SB, which is the cheap line coil. And in my experience, they usually don't hold up quite as good as the other one, so I ordered the other one too, and I'll save this one for test unit, maybe like this. Although I see that this bracket is going to fight us the whole way, That's nice. That's nice. Come on. Oh, the struggles we get into. I think will that hold? I think it will. All we need to do is just make it where it'll kind of hang out there for us for now. There. It's just not rocket science, is it, friends? I brought along some random ends of wire, not knowing what I would need exactly. I'm not happy with what I brought. So, see, we're also going to need the wire for the fuel pump, which we're just going to cut out of this. That will reach. So we will use, oh, it came loose though. Okay. We're figuring it out, friends. We're figuring it out. We're going to find a nice end of wire. It's also extremely hot again, you know, because why not? Why not? We may be doing this a second time when we do this for keeps. Because like I said, I may want to put that coil up top. But for today, everything we do is going to be rigging. Like I said, we may be shut down here shortly if it gets too violent to be out here. I don't know. We're going to try it running this little feller on 12 volts. It should run, because in the parts book there is a resistor that these two wires were hooked to, and I have a feeling that is where we got our step down from 24 volt, but I don't know that for certain. I also don't know what the parts availability is of anything at all. So it's probably negative, because that's the way most of it is. All right. There. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to use this rigged wire. We're going to go from here up to here, and that'll make sense in a minute if you don't understand what's happening. I don't have enough terminal ends here, so I'm going to be scraping the bottom of the old barrel. I'm going to use a fork. We're also going to have to make us a ground wire in order to make her go clickety clickety clack, which I suppose we could just use a jumper cable for that. It doesn't have to be exact. All I'm doing now is I'm making wiring to, like, we're not going to have a key switch today. We're going to have just hook it to the battery setup, and that's what we're doing. So if that doesn't make sense, that's what's taking place. I'm going to wire these two together, fuel pump and distributor, and I'm going to take this red wire, it's going to go there, which is going to go down to the battery, which is then going to, I hate wire nuts, but today we're going to use what they run, what they brung. That's what we're going to do. Then we're going to strip this down, put an end on it just so we got something to hook on our battery, because I got a threaded battery. Oh, it's the one out of the 4150 I'm borrowing, see. So we're gonna need jumper cables in a minute, and then the jump pack, and we're gonna need some fuel. Ground cable will go here, and we'll put the other end. Where will we put the other end? Clamp it right up there so it's right in your face. Would that be good? Not really. I would rather it be on the block somewhere. Let's try there. Or not. Alright. Now, will this come on? Yep. Okay, good. That's what we want. Next step is fuel hose. We got a new fuel tank. And I'm telling you what, if a guy couldn't find one, that would kind of work. If you had a spout where you could fill it through the hood. Most guys would probably stop and get a screwdriver. Not me. Alright. I'm going to save that because it's got our barb fitting in we'll need for later on our fuel tank. Oh, we're going to struggle too. Cool. She's a little tight. Alright. Some guys would probably cut this off, but that's an awful nice end of hose I'd hate to immediately butcher. Let's just loop it around. Put her down in there. Down in the fuel. Make sure it's submerged. If we do this right, we will have an explosion. Not really. What we'll have is that filter get full. That's what I'm after. Yes. That quieted that pump right down. All right. Fuel. We should have spark. We'll get the jump back pack so we can crank. And we are going to see if this little thing will come to life. If I put you here, you should be able to witness the explosion and not be covered by any shrapnel from my body, so that you can help the paramedics reconstruct what happened. All right, we will turn the ignition on. We're going to just clamp on, am I thinking? Obviously remove it. And here we go. Nothing. Try it on 24. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, our first test reminded me of something I said the other day, and we never checked it. Do you remember what that was? I'm wondering if there is a valve sticking by the way that it's acting. I definitely have fuel in there now. I should probably make for certain that I have good spark again. I did the other day. Things change, you know. Let's take the fuel pump off. We don't need it for this rendition of what we're doing. Let's take this loose. Irreplaceable stuff. Sure. Now if I put this hot to this, I should have fire right here. And I don't every single time. Okay. Wait a minute. Stop. Oh man, I can't make it just... Yeah, we got something now. Alright. Let's put this back together. Let's sand on this a minute. We're gonna get shut down by weather here, I'm afraid, because it's gonna probably sideways rain, and I don't like that, so put that back in. Put that there. This here. Let's reconnect our three things together. We'll see if we can make her go. Gotta go back to the other side. Come on, baby doll. Alright, let's give it a shot of good stuff. Slow governor response. Runs pretty good. That was a little more than rated speed. Oh, because our governor left the chat. So that design won't work. Cool. Shut her down. Our belt drive governor left the chat there. The belt rolled and it jumped. Oh, because that's not even a V-groove alternator. That's a serpentine alternator. Boy, this person's work is just great. It works perfect. You know? So yeah. We're gonna work out where we're just in time before this horrendous storm gets here. But I am super pumped. It ran. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. That helps out the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment. Tell me that you liked it or tell me that you hated it. Tell me I'm a moron. I really don't care, but anything that you say helps us out too. So thank you again, as always, for watching, and I will see you in the next one.